This is where it ends! Finally! This is the end of Israel Adesanya's career. And it's happening at UFC 305. And it's happening at the hands of Dricus Du Plessis, the African champion. Now, this is taking place in Australia, closer to home turf for Israel Adesanya. So he's nearly got the home turf advantage here over Dricus Du Plessis, who would have had the home turf advantage if this was in Africa. But it's not! And they couldn't make a card in China, so Australia is the best option they had. Dricus Du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya has been made. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, my mental health is on the line in this fight, okay? My quality of life post UFC 305 is on the line in this fight. There are certain fights I need to go a certain way. Now, I'm going to talk about whether or not he deserves the title shot. But to be honest with you guys, I don't care. I need to see this, okay? I just need to see it. Let me give you a word of advice as well. If you're in the front row, UFC 305, you best be wearing a visor and some glasses. Some protective eyewear would be good, because you're in the splash zone, okay? You're in the splash zone, front row, as Dricus Du Plessis beats the shit out of Israel Adesanya. Live on pay-per-view in the main event. Now, you could say that I am really setting myself up to be the butt of a joke here if I really double down on Dricus. But I truly believe he's going to ragdoll this malnourished... I'm joking, no, let's not go into it. He's going to ragdoll this Chinese guy, dude. I'm telling you, dude. Adesanya's too scrawny, too small, too skinny, bruh. Once Dricus gets his hands on him, he's going to be taking him for a spin, okay? That's what's going to happen in this fight. Now, it's risky on the feet. Don't get me wrong. And I'll be real, I don't want to put too much pressure on Dricus. I'm on thin ice with life. Okay? Life is on thin ice with me. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know if anyone else feels like that sometimes. But sometimes life is just on thin ice. Okay? And I think if I have to watch Israel Adesanya, if I have to watch this guy beat Dricus Du Plessis, become champion, and then get his rematch against Strickland and somehow fucking beat him as well... and then move up and beat Pereira in a trilogy. Ooh, I don't want to say what I'll do. Okay? I don't know. I don't know what I'd do if that is the storyline that we are set to watch unfold. But it won't be. The storyline will go as follows. Dricus Du Plessis is going to beat the shit out of Israel Adesanya, the shit out of him, or he's going to flatline KO him on the feet. And nothing in between. No submissions allowed. Dricus, I know you're probably watching this. No submissions allowed. Okay? I don't care if it's there for the taking. No! That is a way out for him. Okay? This needs to be vicious. It needs to be personal. I want you whispering in his ear as you beat the shit out of him. I don't know what you're going to be saying, but say some shit. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's going to be, or massy pose, whatever you want to say in South African. Say it. You got to win this fucking fight, Dricus. Okay? And I'm putting all the pressure on. Because I am... I'm on a tightrope right now. Okay? On life. And some of these fight results better go a fucking certain way, dude. All right? That's all I'm going to say. But good for Adesanya, you know, he got it on home turf. You know, in his homeland. It's also the same time zone as China. So, you know, all his family and friends he grew up with can watch. I'm joking. I'm going to go with Dricus. I think he wins this fight. I think he gets it done. I'm really rooting for him here. My life is on the line. Which is weird to say as a fan going into a fight. But no, I will, you know, there's a lot on the line here, guys. Okay, this has been a few years in the making now. And I've really committed to one side here. I've really fucking committed to one side of this argument, guys. And I'm in too deep, okay? So this needs to go a certain way now, or I will be a laughingstock. You know what? I won't exist in a world where Israel Adesanya beats Dricus Du Plessis. Okay, that's all I'm saying, okay? So there's a lot on the line here, okay? Dricus is going to beat the shit out of him. People in the front row, stay ready. You know what I mean? Catch a tooth. Sell it online. Because them teeth are getting smacked out. And there's a lot of people talking shit about this matchup as well. I want to go through some of them. We see it in the comments here. He deserves it the same way Volk deserves the rematch. Y'all just don't like him. Now, first of all, no one's really pushing for Volk's rematch against Ilya. A lot of people are trying to bypass that and give it to Holloway anyway. So this guy's yapping shit. Okay? But by the looks of his profile picture, this is a testosterone-less man, which makes him prime to be an Israel Adesanya fan. Now, this is not the same as the Volk situation. This would be if Israel Adesanya lost his fight to Jan Blachowicz, which he did, then came back down to middleweight, lost to Vettori, and then got an immediate rematch, if Vettori hadn't already lost to him before. So if he would have lost to Blachowicz, come back down to middleweight, lost to a contender there, and then still got an immediate rematch, that would be the Volk situation. But no! Israel Adesanya, this is not the Volk situation, and it annoys me this has 12,500 likes, the most liked comment on this post. This is not the same as the Volk situation. Volk's first of all stepped up on short notice up a weight class, but Israel Adesanya has lost his chance moving up a weight class. He's then lost after coming back down to middleweight to Alex Pereira. He then got an immediate rematch after that. That's the Volk situation. Then he lost again with no title defenses in between. The guy is 4-3 in his last 7 fights, and that's if you give him the Whittaker fight. I'm not even going to bring up the Romero fight that should have gone to Romero. That's if you bring up and give him the Whittaker fight, which should have gone to Whittaker. This guy is like 4-5 in his last 9, okay? He's lost 3 of his last 7, officially. Lost to Blachowicz moving up. Come back down 1, lost. Okay, lost. Okay, now get his immediate rematch. Fair enough, he's a champion. He gets his immediate rematch. Dominated by Strickland. Loses again. Just sit out on the sidelines. We'll just give you a title shot anyway. This is the craziest streak of favoritism we have seen in the UFC. There may not have been a higher example of privilege outside of some moments with Conor McGregor than this, which is what we're seeing. This is the most privileged fighter in the UFC, which makes sense because it sort of matches, it just makes him feel right at home. You know, this guy grew up with servants, really spoiled rich kid. So he's feeling right at home right now in the UFC. So maybe it's like a negotiation tactic, make him a little bit more willing to sign the fights, make it, you know how some people, they bake cookies like Mama used to make. No, that's not how you make Izzy feel right at home. You make him feel right at home by pandering to him and being like his essential servant, which is what the UFC is doing. Don't worry if you lose to Strickland, get an immediate rematch. Lose to Pereira, get an immediate rematch. Even after losing to Jan Blachowicz, which is the Volk situation. So a lot of people are going after the decision for him to get a title shot. But I'm going to be honest with you. Undeserved title shot, but I will be illegally watching nevertheless. That's the most liked one. Justice for Strickland. Use this as a Strickland deserves the best title fight over Izzy. Strickland's still the people's champ. Everyone going on about Strickland in the comments because when it's a close fight and they like the guy, it's a robbery. Now, I was annoyed when this fight first got made. Don't get me wrong. I really was. Because I saw this and I thought, you know what? God, Strickland kind of deserved it more. Way more. And Strickland has responded to this as well. I believe he said, I'll wait, which never really goes well, but I know the UFC are going to let him if Adesanya wins. If, now that Chimaev's out of his fight with Whittaker, actually, this does actually make sense for Strickland to do. Like, arguably, he should just wait for the winner of this and stay ready in case there's a chance to step in on short notice. But when I first saw this, I thought, you know what, it's tough for Strickland, but now I'm thinking, well, not now, but immediately after I saw this picture, I went from going, oh, I know I'm annoyed by this. Strickland should have got it. Adesanya doesn't deserve shit. What is this favoritism? His legacy's now fake and doesn't count because it's separated from everyone else's legacy that has come through merit and, credibility. His is now completely separated from that. It doesn't count in UFC history. But then as soon as I saw this picture, I just imagined Dricus beating the shit out of him. You know what I mean? And I remember Dricus shooting a double leg on Darren Till and just fucking pinning him against the cage and just fucking, just fucking driving punches into the fucking side of his fucking face. And I was imagining Israel Adesanya in that position. And Dricus Du Plessis just fucking pinning his wrist and fucking beating the shit out of his fucking face. And I imagine the referee get out of there, Izzy! Get out of there! Or, hey, it's over! Mate, oi, move, Izzy, move! Goddard's trying to give him a chance, and Dricus just beating the shit out of him. Just fucking smashing his fucking teeth out against the fucking canvas, and smashing the fucking shit out of him. Fucking getting messy on my fucking desk, and beating the shit out of him. And then Goddard, because Israel Adesanya complained about the earliness of his last stoppage when Goddard was ref, Goddard's like, no, it's not over. Dricus is still beating the shit out of him on the ground. He's unconscious, ref, he's unconscious. The people start screaming, please, Goddard, step in. Goddard's like, okay, buddy, it's over. Trips over, face plants the canvas, dies in the ring. Oh, there's no ref to stop it. And Dricus is just... That's what massive poser. Sud-Africa black beating the shit out of him, dude. Oh, my hand after that. That was a lot of punches to the hand I just gave. But yeah, I think, I don't really have a dog in this race. No pun intended. Izzy's always got a dog in the race. In the race for survival out of his apartment building. No, but I'm joking. I just think Dricus wins. I don't really have a side here. I'm not really rooting for anyone, really. I'm kind of trying to be unbiased about it, as you can see. But I just don't think Dricus... a lot of people dude, Israel Adesanya is going to put hands on Dricus. I don't think that's true. I don't remember Dricus identifying as a fucking Shih Tzu anytime recently. So why would Israel Adesanya be putting hands on him? He's not a dog. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see it happening. I think Dricus going to beat the shit out of him. I think his takedowns are going to work. I think, Marvin Vettori took down Israel Adesanya, got his fucking back in round 2. That's not a good look. I think Dricus is a way better grappler than Vettori offensively. Way better with his jiu-jitsu as well. If people he was a bit of a submission artist coming up on the regional scene. A lot of it is strength-based, but still, the objective is the objective, and that is to submit, and he has a lot of them in the regional career. But I'm telling Dricus to hold off on the submissions. We're looking for a TKO. We're trying to make it a late stoppage. You know what you should do, Dricus? This is a perfect way to get extra punches in. And again, I don't have a dog in this race. Or a horse in this race. This is what you should do. What you need to do, Dricus, is look up at the ref as you're beating him unconscious. Because what this does is the ref goes, well, no, you're not going to gaslight me into stopping it, so I'll let it go a little bit longer. So that's the way you can get a couple extra punches in. But I'm going to go with Dricus here. I think he gets it done. And I think Izzy just doesn't deal well with pressure and the idea of a knockout artist going after him. Costa's not good. We keep finding that out. Dricus is, and he's better than Costa. So you can't compare him. And other than that, Adesanya's KO power is kind of come and go. Now, it seems to come and go as his tit comes and goes. So we'll see what sort of boob we're looking at here on fight week. So that's a weird thing that we now have to consider about someone's career. But that's a thing. I don't know who I'm going to pick yet in Dricus Du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. Let me see if Adesanya's got a whole fucking boob on his chest or not on fight week. Because then we'll be able to tell. It's weird that that's an acceptable factor in this prediction, but all good. Again, I'm pretty unbiased here. I'm kind of rooting for Adesanya. No, I'm joking. I'm not rooting for Adesanya. Dricus is going to beat the shit out of him. Everyone's saying it should be Strickland button, unlimited title shots for Adesanya. People are going after it. Sean Strickland don't get a rematch after a robbery, but Izzy gets it after a title beatdown. Absolutely true. Most undeserved title shot in the last 5 years. At least Colby came off a win against Masvidal. Colby wasn't a fucking champion defending in a division, no. But it's just like, he doesn't deserve this. Most privileged fighter in recent UFC history. Other than maybe Conor McGregor, and I guess you could say like a Brock Lesnar, and, you know, John Jones as well. Very, very privileged as a fighter, but this is something crazy. You know what I mean? This is absolutely insane. So real, like, this is a moment in MMA history where, like, oh shit, it's just about super fights. But I'm okay with it, dude. This is a super fight. What else am I going to be like? No, I don't want to see Dricus versus Adesanya. No, I want to see it, dude. This is one of the big fights that we need. And I'm assuming the reaction to it so far has been huge. So I'm looking forward to it. I just think if Izzy wanted his title shot, round 5 against Strickland was his time to show it. And in round 5 against Strickland for Dricus, he fucking gritted down and gave it everything he had in the center of the octagon, trying to push Strickland backwards. In round 5 in Adesanya Strickland, hey Adesanya, do you want an immediate rematch? Strickland walks him down, talking shit, and Adesanya just backs up, throwing nothing the entire round, and just lets the fight slip away from him because he just doesn't want it as much. So I thought that was his chance to show that he wanted a title shot. Apparently not. There's other stuff here as well. We've got leaks about the rest of the card. Couple names showed up on the board in the background. Israel Adesanya, Song Yadong, Jack Della Maddalena, Steve Erceg, and Dricus Close. Interesting matchups. I'm wondering who their opponents are because, of course, we've only been sort of revealed all the B-side opponents here, so I'm going to make a really educated guess. I think this might be late, though, because JDM is apparently not on the card. But if he is, that's great. So I reckon if this is true, we've got Dricus Du Plessis, Israel Adesanya. We've got, in my opinion, maybe it's Aldo. I doubt it in Australia. Why would he do that at this point in his career? Why would he fight Song Yadong coming off a loss? Why? Why would it be in a co-main event? I'm confused about all of this. Maybe it's Dominic Cruz. Why would he go to Australia? Why would he do that? Why would he be fighting Song Yadong? I'm trying to understand who this opponent is for Song Yadong. Is it Henry Cejudo? Why would he go to Australia? Makes no sense. Why would he be fighting Song Yadong? So it's just like, I'm thinking it's Kai Asakura. I'm thinking they're not going to go to Tokyo, but they're going to do the second best thing, which is try and match the time zone of Japan as best they can. And Australia's like right under Japan on the map, right? It's right under that sort of East Asian area. So they're going to be not directly the same time zone. Maybe on the other side of Australia it will be, but this one's in Perth. But it's going to be similar. So the Japanese audience and the Asian audience that are behind Asakura can watch. And that's why I think maybe Song Yadong's on there as well, because he's the same sort of demographic, isn't it? So Song Yadong, Kai Asakura, co-main event maybe? Who knows? It's a little bit of a weird one, but I think they're maybe trying to test the star power of Asakura, and this might be a good way of doing it. Shavkat Rakhmonov, Jack Della Maddalena. That's a no-brainer in my opinion. Put that fight on the card as well. Steve Erceg, you've got to imagine he's fighting Kai Kara France. That's a no-brainer as well. And then Dricus Close, I'm assuming they were trying to get an opponent for Dan Hooker, but no one wanted to go to Australia and pay those taxes, so Dricus Close is the one that stepped up, I would imagine. Or someone like Jack Jenkins is fighting Dricus Close, who knows. But those are the matchups. Looking forward to the card. And Dricus Du Plessis is going to beat the shit out of Israel Adesanya, dude. This one's for the pass. No, I'm joking. No, it's not for the pass. What can I say this one's for? Let's not get too political, guys. I have no horse in this race. I'm completely unbiased here. I'm just going to give a look to Dricus real quick. No, maybe that's... Let me do another one. There you go. He'll understand what that means. Kill him.